everyone, I'm Shruti and I live in Singapore, and today I'm making you a very famous breakfast and a tea time snack which is had mostly in the coastal side of Karnataka, mainly had in the Udupi region or the Mangalore region of Karnataka. So this is called Mangalore buns, and I'm making a side dish that is called kurma, a veg kurma, which is nothing but a mixed vegetable curry. These two dishes go hand in hand, cannot be had without each other. Let's get cooking. So let's start with the vegetable kurma, that is the mixed vegetable curry. So for the kurma, I have taken here 4 vegetables. I have taken here French beans, carrots, cauliflower and potato. You can even add peas if you like. So this is about half a cup or half to 3/4 cup of each. I am going to add this to a pressure cooker. I'm adding a small bowl of water to this. And I'm adding a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to give this a mix. And I'm going to quickly pressure cook this. I am first going to grind the masala paste. So I have taken here half a cup of freshly grated coconut. I have taken about 3 cloves, and I have taken a very small piece of cinnamon, and I have taken here 2 cardamom pods. I'm going to pour out the coconut in the mixie grinder. I have soaked here a teaspoon of poppy seeds in water, and I've also soaked about 2 tablespoons of cashew nut in water as well. So I'm going to drain out the water of the cashew nut, and I'm going to add this to the mixer grinder, and I'm going to add the poppy seeds along with the water. I'm also adding dried red chili here. I'm just going to break it in 2. I'm going to add a little water and grind this to a fine paste. Let me start with making the curry now. So now I have taken about a tablespoon of oil in the pan. I'm going to add the same spices that I added, which is I'm adding a bay leaf to this. So I'm adding about 2 cloves. I'm adding a small piece of cinnamon, and I'm also adding a bay leaf to this. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. And I'm adding a big onion finely chopped to this, and I'm going to fry it till it's completely cooked and slightly golden. So I have fried my onions really well. They have turned nice and pink and soft. And as you can see, I have also finished cooking the vegetables with a little salt and water. So they are nice and they've retained their shape as well. So I'm going to add this with the water. There was not much of water in this. There was just a small bowl of water. So I'm just going to stir this around and just mix them with the onion for about 2 minutes. So as you can see, it's boiling really well now. I'm going to add the kurma paste, the curry paste to this, and I'm just going to lightly mix it. I'm just going to wash this off with a little bit of water. So I didn't add a lot of water to this from the mixer, just about a 1/4 cup. I don't want it to water down. It's supposed to be a thick and a rich curry. So now I'm going to just season this with a little more salt. Just taste before you go. I'm also going to add a few spices to this. Half a teaspoon of haldi, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of dhania powder, and half a teaspoon of garam masala. So I'm just going to give this a good stir. You can totally thin this down if you feel like, but originally it's had a bit thick, and the coconut might make it really thick. So feel free to add a little bit of water later on. So as you can see, I let it steam for about 2 minutes, and I'm just going to add a big spoon of yogurt. and half a teaspoon of sugar just to round up the flavors. So I'm going to just garnish this lastly with some fresh coriander. Mix this and keep it aside. And now let's get to making our Mangalore buns. For the Mangalore buns, you need an overripe banana, 2 tablespoons of yogurt, sour yogurt. You need half a teaspoon of salt, 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar as per taste, half a teaspoon of jeera, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and you need 2 cups heaped cups of maida and some extra maida for dusting. So let's start by peeling the banana. The banana is supposed to be overripe for this recipe. So make sure that you mash this banana along with the sugar. It makes it very easy to mash. You can even grind this in a mixer grinder if you please so, but traditionally this is done by hand. So I'm going to mash the banana with the sugar to a smooth puree. You can add the yogurt to this. To this now I'm adding about half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of jeera. Now jeera here is completely optional. This I'm adding half a teaspoon of baking soda. Mix this really well, and once this is fully combined, I'm going to start adding the maida to this. Now I'm adding here a cup of maida first and mixing this really well. Once you combine cup of maida, I will start slowly adding the second cup after this. Now you can see the dough is still quite pasty here. Now I will add the second cup of maida, but do this slowly, because if you put the second cup all together, it might just become a very stiff dough, which you don't want. Now this recipe is all about permutation and combination, because it depends on what variety of bananas you're using for the recipe. So if you're using one single banana, if it is a larger variety, you might need a little more maida. Also, if you add a little more sugar, the banana is going to even leave a little more water. So you might have to put a little more maida to this, a little more than 2 cups. So I'm almost finishing my second cup now, and my dough seems to be coming together. Now I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of ghee to get the dough together. Combine this well with the dough. The ghee will just help the dough come together and not stick to your hand or the vessel. So now you can see the dough is looking nice and stiff. It's a soft dough. It's supposed to be a soft dough, and this is going to be fermenting overnight. So once the dough comes together, just cover it and keep it in a warm place overnight. So as I showed you that I kneaded the dough last night, and it has fermented, and this is how it looks when it's fermented. So what I'm going to do, it's quite soft. I'm just going to knead this for about a minute. So I'm just going to take out a small ball. And I'm just going to dust it in a little bit of flour. So that's how thick it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to put it in hot oil and I'm just going to keep pouring hot oil over it. Gently press it so it evenly gets cooked. Stir it another time. Make sure it's nice and golden brown. And your Mangalore bun is entirely ready. And our Mangalore buns and the veg kurma are absolutely ready to eat. I have to show you how this looks from inside. It's quite bready and soft and a bit crispy on the top. So that's how, this is the consistency you want, like a net sort of consistency, but it's supposed to be hollow from inside. And all you have to do is just dump this in and enjoy this. I can't even stop to tell you that this takes me back to my village, to the holiday that I had last year. It takes me back to Karwari, my native place in Karnataka, and brings back a whole lot of memories. The kurma is beautifully cooked. The vegetables, the spices, the coconut flavor, and the banana flavor in the buns is absolutely outstanding. So please make this. Enjoy this amazing breakfast. Let me know how you like it and keep watching my recipes. Thank you.